What's up, operators? You've tuned into Reps4Thor Weekly, the show where we take the internet's chaos, shake it upside down, and see what falls out, besides loose change and expired passwords. I'm Reps4Thor, your friendly neighborhood wrench for the digital world. Not here to teach you how to hack the planet. I'm here to help you think like an attacker, act like a defender, and live like someone who doesn't want their life turned into a customer support ticket.
If you're new, welcome aboard. If you're returning, welcome back. And yes, I did bring snacks this time. They're encrypted. Good luck. Today is episode 1, the kickoff, and I'm going to do 3 things. First, I'm going to tell you exactly what this weekly podcast is and why it exists. Second, we're doing a signal in the noise segment. How to filter the doom scroll from the real stuff that matters. Third, you'll get a simple, practical weekly hardening checklist you can do in under 15 minutes. No tinfoil hat required. And at the end, I'll drop a small weekly challenge prompt that you can use for your own learning, like a mini CTF exercise. Beginner-friendly, legal, and actually useful. All right, let's light the torch. So here's the deal. Every week, I'm going to pick one main topic. Sometimes cybersecurity, sometimes tech culture, sometimes privacy, sometimes AI, sometimes creator stuff, sometimes digital infrastructure, but always through the same lens. How do we stay sharp without becoming paranoid? How do we protect our stuff without turning our life into a full-time IT job? How do we build cool things online without accidentally building a bonfire of our own data? Because the internet right now is like walking through a flea market where half the vendors are honest, a quarter are selling cursed objects, and the last quarter are actively trying to lift your wallet while complimenting your shoes. And the trick isn't trust nobody. The trick is verify smart, minimize exposure, and assume breach as a lifestyle choice. Also, this podcast is going to be human. If you came here for sterile corporate training voice like, welcome to Security Awareness Module 7, then friend, you have made a wrong turn at Albuquerque. But if you like learning in a way that's practical, slightly spicy, and occasionally sarcastic, then congratulations, you're in the right dungeon. One more thing. I'm not here to encourage wrongdoing. We keep it ethical. We keep it legal. We keep it on the right side of the line. Not because we're boring, but because jail has terrible Wi-Fi and I've got hobbies. Cool? Cool. Let's talk about the biggest modern problem. Not malware, not phishing. Not even deep fakes. It's noise. You wake up and there's a headline screaming, "New hack destroys all devices." And then you click it and it's just, someone discovered the password 123 is still a bad password. So here's the filter I use. 3 questions.
Question 1, does this affect me directly? Not humanity, not society, me, my accounts, my family, my business, my devices. Question 2, is there an action I can take in 15 minutes or less that materially improves my safety? If the answer is no, it might be interesting, but it's not urgent. Question 3, is the source credible and are they selling fear? Fear sells, always has. If someone's tone sounds like an infomercial for panic, back away slowly. A quick example, if there's a report about a major password leak, that's actionable. You change passwords, you enable multi-factor, you check your account activity, done. But if there's a headline like, AI can clone your soul using one selfie, the action item is basically, what? Never leave your house? The internet wants you either terrified or numb. We're doing neither. We're doing prepared. And that brings me to something I want you to adopt as a mantra. Security isn't a product you buy. It's a habit you practice. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be harder to hit than the next target. That's it. That's the game.
If you're not a giant corporation, your threat model is usually not elite nation-state hacker breaks into my toaster.
It's usually one of these. 1, credential attacks. Someone gets your password from a breach, guesses it, or tricks you into giving it away. 2, Social engineering, a message that feels urgent, emotional, or official. Act now. Verify your account. We detected suspicious activity. Or the classic, hey, it's me, I lost my phone. 3, device or session compromise. Malicious extensions, fake downloads, stolen cookies. You log in somewhere sketchy and your session token walks off like it paid rent. The reason I'm telling you this isn't to scare you, is to simplify the battlefield. Because once you understand the top 3, you stop wasting your energy on nonsense and start building a defense that actually matters. And here's the part people hate hearing. Most hacks aren't genius. They're opportunistic. They're not smashing through your firewall like an action movie. They're trying the door handle to see if it's unlocked. So let's lock the door.
All right, this is your weekly ritual. You can do it every Friday, every Sunday night, whatever. Put on music, make it a vibe. Become the kind of person whose future self says, dang, thank you.
Here we go. Step 1. Check your primary email security. Your email is the keys to the kingdom. Action items for you. Make sure multi-factor is enabled. Prefer an authenticator app over SMS when possible. Check recent activity or login history. Look for places you don't recognize. Confirm your recovery email and recovery phone are correct, and not some ancient number from 2009. Step 2. Kill one weak password. Just one. I'm not asking you to fix your entire life in one day. Pick one account that matters. Email, banking, social, cloud storage, and set a strong, unique password. If you don't use a password manager yet, consider it. Because your brain is amazing, but it is not a secure vault. It's a soup. Step 3. Update something. I know. Updates are annoying. Updates also close holes. Pick one. Your phone OS, your laptop OS, your browser, your router firmware, or your most used apps. Do one update per week and you'll be miles ahead of set it and forget it people. Step 4. Audit your browser extensions. Extensions are basically roommates that can read your mail. Open your extensions list. Ask yourself, do I still use this? Do I trust it? Would I install this again today? If the answer is no or I don't know, remove it. Extensions are one of the sneakiest long-term risk multipliers for normal folks. Step 5. Back up one thing you'd cry about losing. Photos, project files, music, notes, whatever matters to you. If you already back up, verify it actually works. A backup that isn't tested is just a wish. That's the list. That's 15 minutes. And if you do that every week, you become the annoying person attackers hate, which is a compliment in this context. Let me give you a quick mental model that'll save you one day. Most scams rely on what I call the urgency trap. Urgency turns your brain from Sherlock Holmes into a golden retriever. You see, your account will be locked in 10 minutes. Final notice. Suspicious login, click here, your package is held, and the point is to bypass your logic and hit your reflexes. Here's the rule. Any message that demands immediate action is automatically suspicious until proven otherwise. Not always fake, but suspicious. So what do? You don't click the link. You go to the site yourself through your normal method. Typed URL, saved bookmark, official app. If the problem is real, it'll be there when you log in normally. That one habit, that one move, kills a huge portion of phishing. Attackers are counting on you reacting. We're going to start responding instead. I want to do a small weekly spotlight on a habit or tool that's actually useful. This week's spotlight is separate your identities. In plain English, stop using your primary email for everything. If your main email is your real name email, the one tied to work, banking, family, and your whole life. Treat it like your private cell number. Then create at least one public services email for random signups, newsletters, freebies, and trial accounts you don't truly care about. Why? Because breaches happen, spam happens, credential stuffing happens, and when your public accounts get messy, you don't want the mess bleeding into your core identity. Separation isn't paranoia, it's hygiene. Even better, if you run domains, you can use aliases or catch-alls carefully, but do it intentionally, because catch-alls can also become spam magnets. And yes, I know, this sounds like a lot, but the payoff is huge. Fewer account takeovers, fewer headaches, and you stop being the person whose inbox looks like a haunted house. All right, time for the weekly challenge. Small, practical, and legal. This week's challenge is called Find Your Exposure. Here's what you do in 10 minutes. 1. Make a list of your top 5 most important accounts. Email, banking, password manager, primary social, cloud storage, whatever your 5 are. 2. For each one, write down, is multi-factor enabled? Yes or no? Is the password unique? Yes or no? Do you know where recovery settings point? Yes or no?
3. Pick the weakest one and fix one thing today.
That's it. That's the whole challenge. And if you want to level it up, check whether your email appears in known breach datasets using reputable services. And then use that information to prioritize which passwords get changed first. Like, you're not doing this to panic. You're doing this to map the terrain. Unknown risk is anxiety fuel. Known risk is manageable.
All right, operators, that's episode 1.
Here's the vibe going forward. Every week you can expect one main topic, explain like a human, one practical checklist or habit, one mini challenge to build your skills. Next week, we're going to talk about something that's been in the news lately affecting the global network. What is Cloudflare and how does it connect the internet?
If you got value out of this, do the standard podcast thing. Follow, subscribe, whatever button your platform uses to tell the algorithm, yes, more of this chaos, please. And if you want to send in topics for future episodes, privacy, home network, creator security, AI tools, digital minimalism, CTF learning paths, I'll build episodes around what you're trying to do.
Remember, lock the door, update the hinges, don't click the obvious trap.
And for the love of all things holy, stop reusing passwords like it's a family tradition.
This is Reps for Thor in transmission.